Hi everybody, it's Kellen. I don't know how long this video is gonna be because I honestly don't really know how much I have to say on this topic, but I was just reminded of this. And it's that, you see, I touched on this a little bit in my video talking about things I won't tolerate for romantic relationships moving forward, about communication. And in that video, I was talking about like communicating conflict. And, I used the example, of course, watch the whole video if you really want the tea and the scoop. But I was using the example how my last boyfriend, whenever he got mad at me at this one point, like he just like ignored me for pretty much 3 hours. Like, I mean, okay, I say ignored, but like, I mean, barely spoke. Like, we were out in public too. Like, that shit was fucking embarrassing, bro. Like, see, I'm not in an angry mood, so like I don't want to get into it. So just go ahead and watch that video because I definitely do give more details there if you want to hear the whole story. But yeah, in that video I was talking about communicating conflict, which is very, very important. But like this video, I'm not talking about communicating conflict really at all. I'm talking about just texting and talking with people, especially texting, really, just like on some normal shit, just on some normal shit. Because there is a guy who started DMing me, and like I wish I like could like pull up our conversation. Like, I guess I probably could on my computer, but like I didn't before filming. So, but basically he started DMing me like last month or something, just talking about some high, like, and I didn't follow this dude, but like he followed me, like, I guess like right before DMing. Or actually, I'm not even sure if he followed me before he DM'd me. Actually, I think he might have DM'd me, and then once I replied, he followed. But regardless, I didn't know who this was. But he DM'd me just talking about some high. Like, that was it. So I was just like, hi, like at least I think that's all. Like, or I just said hello. But like in my head, I'm thinking like, wait, I'm like, do I know you? Like, did we go to school together? Like, because like I didn't follow this dude. Like, I don't know who this is. And then he responds talking about some we have mutuals. So then I look, and yeah, we follow some of the same people, but these were just like people I followed like to like I like best like network. Like, it wasn't like these weren't people I've ever had a conversation with. These aren't people I was, friends with. Like, absolutely not. Like, and that's, I mean, it's not shade. It's just I I don't really know these people. These are just people I follow who like live in town and like, go to shows, I guess, but like these aren't friends. I wouldn't even call them mutuals. Like, we just follow them. Like, they might be your friends, but they're not my friends. Like, I really don't even know these people like that. I just follow them on Instagram type shit. So I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't really know what to say to that. And then I can't remember like what else we talked about after that. The conversation didn't end up getting too long, and I was taking a really long time to reply because like the whole time I'm thinking like, is this dude trying to hit on me? Like, is he trying to be friends? Like, why is this dude DMing me? Like, I don't really understand what's going on. So like, I'm just like confused because like, obviously you could just DM people to have a conversation, but like, I don't know, me, I'm gonna be thinking like, what do you want? Like, if we don't already know each other, then like, yeah, if it's somebody I know and you want to DM me, hi, how are you doing? Like, okay, fair enough, because like at least we know each other and like I've spoken to you before, like some shit. But just like a random person who I don't even follow, and if memory serves me right, he didn't even follow me until I responded to his DM request. It's like, the whole time, yeah, I'm thinking like, why is this dude talking to me again? Like, I don't really know why I'm being spoken to right now. Like, what is the point of this conversation? What is the point of this conversation? But then he ends up sending me something saying like, how often do you go to shows, or do you go to shows, like something like that. And then sends after that, how has your morning been? So I respond at maybe like 12 in the afternoon. Like, mind you, I just got up, so like my morning's been like 30 minutes laying in my bed. But I respond to the first question about some going to the shows. I'm like, I mean, I go sometimes, like, whatever, because like I'm still just like, I'm like kind of like, I would have responded maybe a little bit nicer. Like, it wasn't like rude, but it wasn't like I could be friendlier. But it's like I'm still just like, what the hell do you want? And I'm like, where is this conversation going? So like I was just like, I mean, I go to sometimes, I guess, like every once in a while. And then to the question asking how my morning was, I was just like, oh, my morning's been fine. Like, just like low key dry, because I'm just like, what are these questions? Like, where is this going? Like, that's just like my mindset here. Then he responds saying, oh yeah, you should definitely go to shows more. You definitely have to look for it. Whatever that actually, I mean, I know what it means, but it's like, I just told you I do go. Like, what the fuck do you think is going on here? Look through my followers. It's like I follow metal bands. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no, yeah, no shit. I look like this because I listen to that music. It's not. I mean, come on. So I just was like, what? Like, honestly, probably anything you could have said probably would have got my nerves. So I'm just like, this is such a nothing conversation. But the reason why, see, like, I stopped replying. Like, I did not reply to these messages because I'm just like, I can't do it no more. But he responded maybe about, like, at tops, like, 2 hours after I sent those messages. Like, those previous messages where it's like, yeah, I go to shows sometimes. My morning's been fine. About 2 hours after I had responded to those, that's when he sent this first one talking about, like, yeah, you definitely have to look for it. Yeah, no fucking shit. Like, but then sends, how's your day been? That's when I was like, I can't do it. Because, like, how has my day been? It's like 2 in the afternoon now, and I just answered, how's my morning been? So this is what I'm talking about here. So, like, that's what, when I saw that, I was like, okay, you don't know how to talk to people. And I thought I was talking to, like, a 15 or 16-year-old. Like, I don't think he had his age in his bio. But I'm just like, you don't know how to have an adult conversation. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just like, this like, nothing conversation here. I'm like, I can't engage with this. But, like, I was like, just, like, the dryness, the awkwardness, the whole, like, in my opinion, like, not really getting to the pointness of this conversation. I'm like, I've got to be talking to, like, a 15 or 16-year-old. And not that I necessarily want to just be DMing 15 or 16-year-olds, but it's like, this is such a, like, a nothing conversation. It's just, like, you know, who even cares, like, how old this person is? Because, like, it's a nothing conversation. It's like there's like nothing even like incriminating in here. It's so goddamn boring and like just like awkward and weird. But yeah, I'm like definitely thinking, I'm like, oh, this person must be like, you know, a teenager, like a child, because I'm like, this seems like somebody in that age, you know, group would be texting like this. I find out he's also 21. I'm not sure where I find this out or if he put it in his bio, but I don't know. At some point, I end up finding he's 21 years old. I'm 21 years old. So that's when I started to, I was like actually baffled. Now like I actually like lost respect, because I'm like, I can understand again, like a 15 or 16-year-old for some reason don't know how to fucking text people, and I'm like, which again, my age is in my bio, so like thank God, like if he was trying to hit on me, like he didn't do that when I still thought he was a minor. Or, you know, if he actually was a minor, like, don't fucking come in my 21-year-old DMs. It says it in my bio, like, trying to hit on me. So, but, like, again, like, he's not. Like, he's 21. So, we are the same age. But, like, genuinely, like, if I showed you these conversations, God would have thought it was a fucking 15-year-old. I'm not fucking joking. But it's, like, I'm gonna, like, just go on a whim and assume you've probably had a phone for the same amount of time that I have, and I'm gonna also just assume you probably went to a public school, and, he ended up being added to this group chat that I was in. I didn't add him, of course, but, like, he added his friend, too, so I'm like, okay, you have at least one friend that, like, I know you can text with, and, like, I get, like, texting folks is, like, you know, it can be awkward, you know, a little bit uncomfortable, you don't really know what to say, like, it doesn't really flow as naturally as it does in a face-to-face conversation, especially when it's somebody who, you know, you don't already know and already have, like, a very good established, like, friendship with. So, yeah, like, I get, like, DMing with somebody you don't know can be awkward. Like, I'm not saying, like, you gotta be the most perfect communicator to fucking DM me randomly, but, like, let's try to make the conversation fun, right? Like, let's not see and like, it was just so, like, you know, juvenile to ask me. I'm sorry, like, maybe, like, it's not like the biggest deal in the world, but it's like, bro, don't ask somebody how's their morning been, and then they respond at 12 in the afternoon, and then at 2 in the afternoon, 2 hours later, you ask how's your day been, even though I didn't tell him I just fucking woke up, you know, 30 minutes after, you know, like, I didn't tell him I woke up at pretty much noon, but it's like, you know, 2 p.m., like, that's barely been a fucking day yet, like, and, like, give it a second, like, wait till, like, you know, like, 8 in the, you know, 8 at night, you know, at 8 at night, to say, like, how has your day been, or, like, how has your evening been, like, something like that. But it's just, like, immediately after I just told you how my day was, you want to know how my, or immediately after I just told you how my morning was, you want to know how my day was. I'm gonna probably say fine. Because, like, this is a nonsense question. Like, you know, how has your day been? How are you? Like, those are questions you ask face to face. Because, like, you can give, like, you know, a fine, a good, whatever answer. And then, like, you can keep it moving smoothly. And, you know, you're not really stuck on that for too long. But, like, when I get sent, you know, something being like, hi, how are you? But, like, that's it. Like, that's the only thing, like, you're asking. There's not, like, any follow-up. Anything else you're saying in that message, but it's like, hi, how are you? How's your day been? And I know it's not, like, actually leading up to something. And, you know, there's no, like, incentive, I guess, to respond quickly, especially since I didn't hear with this. It's like, you cannot text, how are you, or how's your day been? Because, like, it does not translate well over text, because you're just, like, getting a dry response back. Because, like, that's how you would respond in person. If somebody asks you, how's your day been? It's fine. And now, like, having to translate that over text, like, it just really translates as a dry and, like, really uninteresting and awkward text. But in face-to-face, it's not. So it's like, I don't really think anybody else is thinking that hard about it. But it's like, you know, maybe, like, send it once, how are you, or how's your morning been? But, like, 2 hours later after I just answered, how was your day? No, like, you can't do that type of texting. So yeah, once I found out that he was my age, I was like, okay, you don't know how to talk to people, and I really hope you find it out. But it's like, I don't really respect you. I'm sorry, I know that's not right. Obviously, if I saw him in person, I'd be, like, polite and nice. Obviously, like, I don't think this is, like, a bad guy or anything, but it's like, I can't be friends with you. I can't talk to you, because, like, you cannot text. Like, you are just not good at texting. So, like, once you figure that out, we can talk. But here we can't talk because you're. And still, I'm just like, I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, why were you DMing me? Like, was it because we knew the same people? Like, I'm still really not sure why he was talking to me. But the only reason why I'm bringing this up right now is because I made the mistake of watching his story. And, you know, after I realized I was watching his story, because I was just, you know, flipping through people's shit, I was thinking in my head, like, oh, fuck, like, should I unfollow? And I asked my mother, I was like, oh, my God, like, should I unfollow? But, like, we're in this group chat together, so I'm like, let me not make it weird. But, like, I don't really, like, know you, dog, like, at all. So, I'm looking at these shoes. Allegedly, these are suede. It says silky micro suede upper. So, like, is that actually suede? I mean, it feels like it. I'm just kind of skeptical. I don't know. Sidetracked. I was just picking those up. But aren't these nice, though? My mother didn't like them. But I think they're pretty cool. I think I might want to, like, embellish them. Like, put maybe some, like, some spikes on them or something. Like some gold spikes. Anyway. Okay, side tangent there. Over. But, yeah, like, I don't know what this dude wants. Like, I'm still just like, okay, are you trying to hit on me? Are you trying to, like, do something for us to go to a show together? But it's like, I don't really post that often on my story, but, like, respond to my stories, like, you know, like, try to make more organic conversation with, like, a point, because, like, yeah, responding to somebody's story, like, you have a point. But, like, the other day for, like, New Year's, like, I think I had, like, 3 things posted on my story. It was, like, at least 2, and the first one was, I'm not sure if he saw it or not, because, like, I'm not checking for him like that. I don't really check even who views my stories, like, at all. Like, I check who likes it, but I don't really check who views it type shit. But I posted about, me and my friend Uchechi, shout out, like, we were having drinks at this restaurant. So, like, I posted, like, our drinks. And then, like, I posted a video of us 2, like, dancing in the bar. I want to say I posted something else, too, that night, but I can't remember. But, like, at least those 2 things. And it's like, bro, if you want to, like, chat, slide up to one of those. And I'm sure I posted, like, other things in that time. Like, I really barely post, but it's like, you had, like, I mean, you could have, like, responded fucking Happy New Year to, like, one of those, like, if you really wanted to. But, like, you did. So I was like, it's like, what's your point? Like, I'm just like, what is the point of this conversation? But yeah, like, the only reason why I'm talking about him specifically is because, like, he DM'd me again hi after I watched his story today. Like, I didn't like any stories either, so it's like, dog. Also, I don't respect people who, like, really watch their stories unless you're watching for, like, a specific person. I'm not saying that's right either, because, like, that really just shows me you have too much time on your hands. But it's like, you know, I get it. If you do have a crush on somebody, you want to see if they watch your story. Like, I get it. But so yeah, I'm like, do you have a crush on me? Because, like, why are you watching me so closely enough to DM me? I'm just like you're DMing me hi again. Like, dog, I left you undelivered. It was like 3 messages too, like, I left undelivered, because I'm just like, no, like, I can't respond to that. Like, that's just like, you're showing me you don't know how to have a conversation with people. I can't do it. I'm sorry, like I can't do it. I just really can't do it. So it's like, really, like, the moral of the story is that if you want to go in somebody's DMs, you've got to know, like, at least, be somebody else, or like pretend to be somebody who does know how to have conversation. Sometimes the advice really is, don't be yourself, and I know that's terrible to say. It's like, ultimately, yeah, like, talk about things you like, maybe but it's, yeah, like, be yourself to an extent, but, like, also, if you know damn well, like, your typing style is, like, kind of dry, like, or you don't really understand the importance of, like, small talk, or, like, really getting to know somebody. I know, like, me, like, whenever I'm texting my friends, like, I'm not adding, like, exclamation marks, like, or punctuation really at all, unless I feel like it's really important, and, like, really important. Like, I really do not add, like, any type of punctuation, like, really at all. But that, like, like, the traditional laughing emoji, I really don't. I actually want to start doing that more, because, like, I usually use, like, the crying laughing emoji. But, like, sometimes that one, it's, like, feels a little too, like, ironic. And, like, it feels a little too, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, it doesn't feel, like, sometimes it doesn't feel as much as, like, a genuine laugh as the actual laughing emoji does, if you get what I'm saying here. So, like, I actually want to start using the real laughing emoji, like, unironically. Like, that's just, like, really how, like, I had a genuine belly laugh to that shit. Like, that's how I want to use that going forward. But anyway, that, what else? Like, sometimes, like, I don't have my auto caps on, so, like, sometimes, depending on, like, if I'm obviously, like, talking to somebody, like, professionally, like, if I was, like a job thing, like, I would capitalize the beginning of the sentence, like, myself. But it's like, when I'm texting somebody, like, way more casually, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do any of the fucking bells and whistles. Like I said, I'm definitely not using punctuation. Like, it's just, like, really casual. But I know that when I am texting somebody new, I'm probably gonna go out of my way to, seem, like, a little overly friendly, a little more. Yeah, I'm definitely using fucking punctuation. I'm using an exclamation mark. I might be using fucking emoticons, like, whoa, I said that, so, okay. Emoticons, I might be using, like, that shit, like, like, the fucking, colon and parentheses, like, smile. I might even go there, like, I don't know, but it's, like, that's really not my, like, texting style at all. But it's, like, I'm gonna do that to be more broad with my approach, and be more approachable and friendly, even if, yeah, that's really not how I would casually text somebody that I know a lot better. But it's, like, some of y'all need to start doing that shit too. Like, it's okay. Like, and after eventual time, once you do start to get to know people, yeah, you can dial it back and go back to your normal texting style. Like, that's completely fine. But, like, at first, like, I feel like there really needs to be, like, a baseline level of politeness, trying not to be dryness as well. Like, but I'm like, this one, it's just, like, I can't talk to you. So, like, I'm honestly, like, I feel like I might respond to hi, just because, like, do you actually want something, though? Like, or do you just want to talk? And I guess that's fine, but it's, like, I don't know you well enough to just talk. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know you well enough to just, like, want to just, have a casual fucking conversation. Like, if one of my friends I actually fucking know, I just want to have a casual conversation and just ask me how I'm doing. Again, I don't think that's a question you should be texting, but, ask me, like, oh, what am I doing today? Something like that. It's like, yeah, sure, like, I'll take that from somebody I actually know. But, like, somebody I don't really know, and I've already left you undelivered because you're a terrible texter, which I didn't tell him this, and I might have to, I don't know, I mean, it would be hard to tell somebody they're a terrible texter, but, like, I really am trying to be honest with people. Like, I don't want to ghost people, but it's like, I can't respond to that shit. Like, I'm not responding to it. No, I could, I'm not, but I'm just not responding to, how has your day been, when you just asked me, well, or when I just answered, how has your morning been? I'm not answering that. I'm just not answering that. I'm so fucking sorry. Like, so no. Anyway, yes, please, after a certain age, you've got to learn how to text people. Like, again, if that means becoming somebody different, at least in your texting style, I mean, that's just what has to happen. But it's like, you've got to, I'm sorry, be like everybody else. Do what everybody else is doing. Like, do what works, because, like, this is not working. And yeah, a 15 or 16-year-old texting that way, okay, like, I understand it. Like, I kind of, I'm not saying, a 15 or 16-year-old ideally would have better texting skills than that, but it's like, fair enough, fine, like, y'all are still awkward, like, whatever. But, like, a 21-year-old, somebody who can drink in some places rent a car, can gamble, what else, can buy cigarettes. You should be able to fucking text people and be like semi-normal, at least to where it's like we can have a decent conversation and it's not really awkward, it's not super dry. And you're not sending me, how has my day been, 2 hours after I answered, how has my morning been? Like, that's really the point of my story. So I'm pretty much done here. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to see any more videos on, I can't ever remember that. If you want to see notifications on my videos, that's when you would hit the bell icon. And then I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.